Gunfire snapped through the parking garage like thunder cracking concrete. I hit the deck, shielding Evan as bullets shredded his chest, bright red blooming across his white shirt. "Dad, it burns," he gasped, eyes wide with shock, slipping from my arms. The shooter, Dominic, smirked from the shadows, vanishing into the night. My boy gone. In seconds. That wasn't random. That was a hit. And I'm Logan Miller, the military's most wanted hitman for 20 years. They just woke the wrong ghost. Hit like if revenge burns in you. Subscribe. More betrayal drops weekly. Comment. Ever lost everything? I didn't remember lowering Evan to the ground. His blood soaked my hands, warm and sticky, mixing with the oil stains from my mechanic's rag. Sirens wailed closer, but all I heard was his last breath rattling out. "Stay with me, kid," I whispered, pressing futilely on the wound. Dominic's taunting grin burned in my mind. Cocky, professional. He'd walked up like he owned the place, squeezed off 3 rounds, and melted away. No struggle. No chance. Police swarmed the scene, floodlights harsh against the dark. Detective Kyle barked orders, his flashlight catching Evan's lifeless stare. "Logan, step back. Let us handle it." Handle it? They'd file reports, chase ghosts, while Victor, the mob boss pulling strings, laughed from his penthouse. I knew the game. 20 years as the military's ghost, executing high-value targets in deserts and jungles, taught me patterns. This was no street beef. Evan had stumbled into Victor's world somehow. Maybe a delivery job gone wrong at the docks. They zipped him into a bag. I drove home numb, knuckles white on the wheel. Natalie waited in the doorway, her face crumpling when she saw the blood. "No, not our boy." She collapsed against me, sobs shaking us both. I held her, but inside, something fractured. The man who fixed cars for a living? Gone. The operator who'd cleared rooms without a sound? Awakening. We buried Evan 3 days later under gray skies. Rain pelted the cemetery like judgment. Natalie clutched my arm, whispering. He was just 19. Starting college. Victor's men watched from a black SUV across the lot, subtle threat. Kyle pulled me aside after. "We got a lead. Dominic's tied to Victor Russo. But Logan, these guys are untouchable. Witness protection's your best bet." Untouchable? I'd taken down warlords with less. That night, Natalie slept with pills. I didn't. In the garage, under loose floorboards, my old case waited, sealed since I hung up the ghost life. I cracked it open. Glock 19, suppressor, K-bar knife, mags loaded with hollow points. Gear from ops in Fallujah, Syria. The weight felt right, like shaking hands with death. Natalie found me at dawn, staring at the arsenal. "What is this?" Her voice trembled. I met her eyes. "Tools to bury the man who orphaned us." She recoiled. "You're not that man anymore. We promised a normal life. Normal died with Evan. Victor sent Dominic. I end this." She grabbed my wrist. "They'll kill you too." I pulled free gently. "They tried once. Failed. First move. Intel." I hit my burner phone, texted an old contact. "Blake, ex-SEAL, now private security. Victor Russo. Son's murder. Need eyes." Reply buzzed fast. "On it. Dominic's holed up in Warehouse District. Victor's at the Pier Club tonight." Perfect. No guns yet. Recon only. I shadowed Dominic's dive bar from a rooftop, NVGs from the case, painting him green. He bragged to thugs, Victor's golden gun, laughing about the mechanic's kid. Rage boiled, but discipline held. One shot now ruins the op. I tagged his car with a tracker, military surplus, magnetized. "Home," Natalie paced. Kyle called. Said stay low. I nodded, cleaning the Glock. She saw the blood under my nails still. "Promise me you'll come back." I couldn't lie. I promised justice. Her kiss was desperate, tasting of tears. Midnight. Dominic's car rolled out. I followed at distance, headlights off. He met Victor's lieutenant, Mason, in an alley, handshake, envelope exchange. My phone lit up. "Blake, Victor knows you're asking questions. Watching your shop. Trap closing. I ditched the tail and back streets, heart pounding like pre-mission jitters. Evan's photo wallet fell from my pocket, his smile mocking my hesitation. No more waiting. Dawn broke as I reached the shop. Unmarked sedan idled curbside. Kyle stepped out, face grim. We need to talk. Now. Inside, he slid photos across the workbench. Dominic's rap sheet. Victor's empire. This goes higher than you think. Feds involved. I leaned in. Then why warn me? His eyes flicked away. Evan was like a nephew. But Logan. Victor's got judges, cops. You start this war, no one wins. I racked the Glock slide. He made me bury my son. Kyle sighed. God help you. He left. I geared up. Vest, spare mags, knife sheathed thigh-high. Natalie called as I hit the highway. Logan, come home. Please. Voice breaking. I love you. Don't become a monster. Too late. The pier waited. Victor thought he'd sent a message. Time to reply. The pier district was a graveyard of rusted shipping containers and forgotten dreams, shrouded in a thick, oily fog that clung to the windshield of my sedan. I killed the engine 3 blocks away, letting the vehicle drift into the shadows of a condemned warehouse. My heart rate slowed to a rhythmic thud, 60 beats per minute. This was the zone, the place where Logan, the grieving father, ceased to exist, and the ghost took the wheel. I didn't move immediately. Patience is the first rule of the hunt. I sat in the darkness, watching the rearview mirrors, scanning the rooftops. Victor's club, the Gilded Cage, sat at the end of the wharf, a beacon of neon violet pulsating against the black water. It was a fortress disguised as a playground for the corrupt. High walls, private security patrolling the perimeter, and a single choke point for entry. A frontal assault would be suicide. But I wasn't here to kick down doors. Not yet. I was here to haunt them. I pulled the NVG's, night vision goggles, from the passenger seat, the green phosphor hum flickering to life. Through the lens, the night turned into a spectral landscape. Heat signatures ghosted near the club's rear exit. 2 guards. Smokers. Relaxed postures. Amateurs. They didn't know they were being watched by a man who had dismantled insurgent cells in the Hindu Kush without snapping a twig. Slipping out of the car, I moved through the alleyways, boots silent on the wet pavement. The smell of brine and rotting fish masked my scent. I reached a vantage point atop a stack of crates overlooking the club's VIP parking lot. And there it was. Dominic's car. A matte black muscle car, aggressive and loud, parked right next to the entrance like a trophy. He was inside, likely drinking top-shelf scotch, celebrating the hit. Celebrating killing my boy. My hand drifted to the Glock, but I forced it away. Killing Dominic now would be easy, but it wouldn't give me Victor. It wouldn't dismantle the machine that ordered Evan's death. I needed to make them afraid. I needed to turn their sanctuary into a trap. I retrieved a small, incendiary device from my vest, a thermite compound I'd mixed in the shop years ago for disposal jobs. It burned hot, fast, and unquenchable. Moving like smoke, I dropped from the crates, timing my run with the sweeping rotation of the security camera. 3 seconds. That's all I had. I slid under Dominic's car, the cold asphalt biting into my back. I attached the charge to the fuel line, setting a remote trigger. It wasn't a bomb meant to kill. It was a flare. A signal fire. I rolled out, vanished back into the shadows, and retreated to my vantage point. Then I waited. 20 minutes later, the side door banged open. Dominic stumbled out, flanked by 2 women and a bodyguard. He was laughing, a jagged, ugly sound that tore through me. Kid didn't even see it coming, he bragged, his voice carrying over the wind. Pop, pop. Done. The rage surged, hot and blinding, but I channeled it into my thumb hovering over the detonator. Laugh now, you son of a bitch. He reached for the door handle. I pressed the button. A blinding white flash erupted from the undercarriage, followed instantly by a whoosh of igniting fuel. The car didn't explode, it melted. The thermite ate through the engine block, the tires, the metal skin. Flames roared upward, painting Dominic's terrified face in orange and red. He scrambled back, falling onto the wet pavement, screaming orders that no one followed. The women shrieked and ran. The guards drew weapons, spinning in circles, aiming at ghosts. "Who's out there?" Dominic screamed, his bravado incinerated along with his ride. "Show yourself," I whispered from the darkness. "The bill comes due." I didn't stay to watch the fire department arrive. The message was delivered. Nowhere was safe. I exfiltrated through the drainage tunnels, a route I'd mapped on the way in. By the time I reached my sedan, the sirens were a distant wail. I drove a counter-surveillance route, 3 right turns, a loop through a crowded gas station, a sudden stop on a side street. No tails. I was clear, but the silence of the car felt heavy. Evan should have been in the passenger seat, talking about college, about girls, about the future. Instead, there was just the cold steel of my rifle case. I arrived home at 3 a.m. The house was dark, but not silent. I heard the faint murmur of the TV in the living room. Natalie was awake. I entered through the kitchen, locking the deadbolt behind me. She was sitting on the couch, wrapped in a blanket, staring at static on the screen. Her eyes were red, hollowed out by grief. When she saw me, she didn't ask where I'd been. The smell of smoke and gasoline on my jacket told her enough. "Did you find him?" she asked, her voice brittle. "I found his fear," I said, holstering the Glock and sitting on the coffee table in front of her. "It's a start." She reached out, her fingers trembling as they touched the rough fabric of my tactical vest. "Logan," Kyle called again. He's scared for you. He said Victor isn't just a mob boss. He said he has people inside the Pentagon. Private contractors. If you push him, he won't just send thugs. He'll send a kill team. Let them come," I said, taking her hand. It was cold. I was the one they used to send to stop kill teams. "But you're one man," she whispered, tears spilling over. "I can't lose you too. If I lose you, I have nothing. You won't lose me. But I need you to be strong. Stronger than you've ever been." I stood up, pacing the room. "I need you to go to your sisters in plain clothes. Leave your phone. Cash only. I can't protect you here." "I'm not leaving you," she said, a sudden steel in her voice. She stood up, matching my gaze. "Evan was my son too. If you're going to burn their world down, I want to watch the ashes." I looked at her, really looked at her. For 20 years, I'd hidden the violence of my life from her. I thought I was protecting her innocence. But standing there, jaw set, eyes burning with a mother's fury, I realized I'd underestimated her. "Okay," I nodded. "But we do this my way. No mistakes." My burner phone buzzed on the table. A single text message. "Unknown number. Review your 6. You're sloppy." My blood ran cold. I grabbed the phone. "Who is this?" Another buzz. A friend. Or a ghost. Check the window. The gray sedan. I killed the lights in the living room, plunging us into darkness. "Get down," I hissed to Natalie. She dropped to the floor without question. I moved to the window, peering through the crack in the blinds. Down the street, 3 houses away, a gray sedan sat idling. No lights. Tinted windows. It hadn't been there when I pulled in. I hadn't cleared my own perimeter. The grief, it was making me sloppy. I raised the phone again. "Who are you?" "Someone who knows what you did in Bogota," the reply came. "And someone who knows Victor just put a $5 million bounty on your head. That car isn't cops. It's not Victor Street thugs. It's Blackwood mercenaries. Blackwood, ex-special forces turned guns for hire. Ruthless, efficient, expensive. If Victor had Blackwood on payroll, this wasn't a gang war. It was a paramilitary operation." "Logan," Natalie whispered from the floor. "We're leaving," I said, grabbing the gear bag. "Now? Back door. Keep your head down." "Who is it?" "Professionals." We moved to the garage. I ushered her into the truck, my mind racing. If Blackwood was sitting outside, they were waiting for a green light. They wouldn't engage in a residential neighborhood unless forced. They wanted a clean snatch and grab. I fired up the truck, the engine roaring in the enclosed space. I hit the garage door opener. As the metal gate began to rise, revealing the rainy street, I saw the gray sedan's headlights flash once. A signal. Then my phone rang. I answered, putting it on speaker as I slammed the truck into reverse. Mr. Miller. A voice smoothed over the line, cultured, calm, and terrifyingly familiar. We have the house surrounded. Please, surrender the wife, and we'll make your death quick. Resist, and we'll make you watch what we do to her. I recognized the voice. It wasn't a mercenary. It was Kyle. My grip on the steering wheel tightened until the leather creaked. The detective. My friend. The man who stood over Evan's body and promised justice. Kyle, I said, my voice dead flat. You better hope you brought an army. I did, he replied. I slammed the gas, tires screeching as we shot out of the driveway, not away from the danger, but straight toward the gray sedan. Tires screamed as I barreled the truck straight at the gray sedan, Natalie gripping the door handle. The mercenaries inside reacted late. Doors flung open. Two figures in black tactical gear, leveling suppressed MP5s. I swerved at the last second, clipping the sedan's front fender with a metallic crunch. Bullets sparked off my rear bumper, shattering the taillight. No center mass hits. They were aiming to disable, not kill. Not yet. Down, I barked. Natalie ducked, her breath ragged. I punched the accelerator, fishtailing through the residential street. Headlights flared in the mirrors, two sedans peeling out behind us, engines roaring. Kyle's voice crackled over speakerphone, still connected. Pull over, Logan. You can't run from this. I smashed the phone against the dash, ending the call. Betrayal cut deeper than any blade. Kyle, standing over Evan's body, swearing to hunt Dominic. Now selling me out to mercenaries. 20 years of favors, ops, drinks. Wasted. A suppressor cough echoed, rear window spiderwebbed. I yanked the wheel, sideswiping a parked van. Sparks flew. The lead sedan surged closer, driver gunning to ram. I spotted the pier's shortcut ahead, narrow service road, tight turns. Civilian cars scattered as I blew the red light. Natalie lifted her head. Who are they? Blackwood. Ex-Delta, now corporate killers. I downshifted hard, truck bucking. Kyle sold us to Victor. Her face hardened. Kill him. Pier lights loomed. I cut sharp left onto the wharf road, gravel spitting. The sedans followed, but the narrow path favored my truck's torque. One missed the turn, slamming into crates. 2 down to 1. The chase car matched my speed, driver skilled. A third figure leaned from the passenger window, lining up a shot. I feinted right, then braked hard. He overshot, spraying pavement. I drew the Glock one-handed, fired 3 controlled rounds through the shattered rear glass. Front tire blew. The sedan spun out, smashing into a cargo pallet. Clear. For now. I ditched the truck behind a shipping container stack half a mile from the gilded cage. Natalie grabbed a spare mag from the bag. What now? Dominic's inside. Victor too. We in the chain tonight. I checked the Glock. Full mag. Round chambered. You stay hidden. Radio if they flank. She nodded, eyes fierce. No arguments. We moved low through fog-shrouded alleys, salt air thick. NVGs painted the club's rear dock. For guards, AR-15s slung casual. Dominic's melted wreck smoked nearby. Fire crews gone. Cops paid off. I signaled Natalie to cover from a crane shadow. She raised the spare Glock two-handed. Steady. Trained her myself years back, just in case. Clockwork entry. Guard 1 lit a cigarette, timed it. I closed distance silent, K-bar flashing. Arterial slice, body slumped soundless. Guard 2 turned at the gurgle. My suppressed Glock whispered twice, center mass. He dropped. Guards 3 and 4 spun, weapons up. Natalie's shots cracked first, 1 down. I double-tapped the last. For bodies in 8 seconds. Clear. Inside the cage's back hall, velvet ropes, bass thumping. Dominic's laugh cut through, boisterous, drunk. I kicked the door, Glock leveled. He froze mid-toast at the VIP bar, glass slipping from fingers. 6 thugs tensed, hands inching to holsters. Easy, I said, voice ice. Hands where I see him, or he dies first. Dominic sneered, but sweat beaded his brow. Mechanic man. Ballsy. Victor'll skin you. Victor next. I advanced, pistol muzzle kissing his forehead. Thugs froze, smart. Who ordered Evan? He spat. Kid saw too much. Doc's deal. Your boy delivered the wrong package. Natalie emerged behind me, covering the room. Dominic's eyes widened. The wife too? Victor loved breaking her. I pistol whipped him, crack of bone. He crumpled, blood streaming. Zip ties bit wrists and ankles. Dragged him to the walk-in freezer. Thugs locked inside with them. No kills yet. Intel first. Natalie watched the door. Clock's ticking. Back in the bar, Dominic gasped on knees. Victor's penthouse. East Tower. But you won't reach. I pressed boot to throat. Guards. Safe codes. Lies die hard. Red. For -7-9-2. Wheezed it out. Kyle feeds him everything. Bounty doubled now. Kyle. Confirmed. Victor's there tonight. Nods frantic. Deals with Blackwood brass. Big score. I hog-tied him tighter, gag-stuffed. Left him shivering. Radio crackled. Natalie. SUVs incoming. 6 vehicles. Time to ghost. Rear exit, but sirens wailed distant. Victor knew. I pulled Natalie into shadows. Shop. Gear up full. He's hunting us now. My burner buzzed. Blake. Blackwood mobilized. Victor at Pier Club. Abort. Too late. Headlights swept the wharf. 6 black SUVs disgorged 20 mercs. Plate carriers, night vision, disciplined stacks. Blackwood pros. No street punks. We melted into container maze, breaths synced. Mercs swept methodically, lasers dancing. One team flanked our position. I signaled Natalie, split. She went port, I starboard. Radio whisper, clear. Moving to exfil. A merc silhouette paused 20 yards, silhouette wrong. Kyle. Vest marked detective. Directing sweep. Rage surged, but control held. Intel over impulse. I flanked wide, circling. Natalie's voice, 2 on me. Suppress fire. Draw M. Her controlled bursts echoed. Mercs peeled off. Kyle cursed, advancing solo. Mistake. I dropped prone behind drums, waited. His boot crunched gravel. 10 yards. 5. Glock sights aligned perfect, headshot hold. He stopped. Logan. I know you're here. Silence. Kid was collateral. Victor's orders. Don't make me. Trigger broke clean. Suppressed FUT. Kyle jerked, dropped clutching throat. Gurgles silenced forever. Natalie materialized. Clean. Clean. No triumph. Just necessity. Mercs converged on shots. We sprinted for the truck, engine roaring alive. Tires bit gravel as we blasted pier gate. Merc fire stitching pavement. Safe house. Abandoned loft Blake prepped. Barricades up, weapons unpacked. Natalie cleaned her Glock methodically. Victor. Penthouse. Dawn. I plotted on laptop. Blueprints hacked via Blake. Elevator shaft. Rooftop infill. Phone rang. Unknown. I answered cautious. Logan Miller. Smooth baritone. Victor. You killed my gun. My cop. Impressive. Come dawn. Pier yacht. Alone. Or Natalie Burns. Click. Trap. Obvious. But first crack at the head. Natalie met my eyes. We go together. Dawn grade windows. I racked Glock slide. Agreed. Dawn painted the pier blood red as our truck rolled silent toward Victor's yacht. Natalie scanned horizons through binoculars. Her face set like marble. No Blackwood teams visible, but drones hummed faint overhead. Victor's eyes. I killed headlights half a mile out, coasting into derelict boatyard shadows. The yacht loomed. Serpent's kiss. 120 feet of armored luxury. Deck swarming with 6 guards and plate carriers. Sniper nests fore and aft. Professional. Deck's hot. Natalie whispered, Marking positions. Rappel from starboard crane. Negative. Water entry. I unzipped dive bag. Rebreather. Fins. Suppressed Sig Sauer. You cover from crane. Flash of clear. She gripped my arm. No heroics. Clockwork. Kiss quick. Then I slipped overboard. Salt water shocking cold. Rebreather masked bubbles. 50 yards underwater stroke. NVG's painting hull. Magnetic limpet mine set midships. 5-minute timer. Non-lethal breach. Surface quiet behind crane. Natalie's flashlight blinked green. Climb rope hand over hand. Boots muffled on teak deck. Guard 1 paced rail. Throat /silent. Slumped over lifelines. Guard 2 lit smoke by tender. Double tap center mass. Suppressed cough lost in waves. Deck clear. I ghosted to salon doors. Glass reflecting my black wetsuit silhouette. Inside, cigar smoke thick, low voices. Victor held court at mahogany table. 3 lieutenants. Julian, Preston, Mason. Maps spread, burner phones buzzing. Victor, silver fox, custom suit, eyes like shark. Double Blackwood. Miller's a ghost, but ghosts bleed. Preston, sharp suit, lawyer vibe, leaned in. Feds circling docs deal. Kid saw manifests. Loose and tied. My blood iced. Evan knew. Delivery boy gig. Victor's heroin pipeline. Stumbled on crates stamped Blackwood imports. Victor crushed cigar. Find Miller's wife. Leverage. Door cracked. I slipped shadow behind bar. Julian rose. Motion outside. Victor waved. Drones clear. Sit. Preston's phone chirped. He glanced. Froze. CCTV. Crane perch. Sniper. Alarms blared. Guards rushed deck. I kicked bar door. Sig leveled. Hands high. Slow. Victor didn't flinch. Smile cold. The mechanic. Balls bigger than brain. Preston. Talk. Muzzle on lawyer. Evans manifests. Why him? Preston sweated. Wrong truck. Routine drop. Kid peeked. Victor chuckled. Collateral. Business. Rage pulsed, but intel first. Blackwood tie. Preston cracked. Contracts. Victor funds ops. Miller. You hit our Syrian asset 2012. Ghost file. Twist gut punched. My op Victor bankrolled targets I erased. Puppet master. Natalie's radio crackled. Mercs inbound. 2 minutes. Victor lunged for drawer, Glock. I fired kneecap. He roared, collapsing. Preston begged. Files. USB, Empire ledgers. Immunity. Mason charged. I sidestepped. K-bar disemboweled. Julian froze. Natalie's deck shot shattered his shoulder. Preston tossed USB. Grabbed. Victor clutched leg, grinning through pain. You're me, Miller. 20 years killing for pay. Difference? I win. Checkmate. Cuff them zip ties. Rigged C4 charges yacht engine room. Remote detective exfil chaos. Blackwood SUVs screeched pier. Mercs stacking breaches. Natalie rappelled flawless. Rifle covering. We sprinted boatyard. Truck roaring alive. Rear view. Yacht erupted fireball. Shockwave shattering windows. Victor's empire burning. Safe house loft. USB plugged laptop. Natalie bandaged knuckles. Ledger's gold. Feds bury him. Preston's files. Judges bribed. Cops like Kyle. Blackwood contracts. Evans truck photo. Manifest stamped Victor's sigil. He died for paper. Phone buzzed Blake. Victor alive. Club rally. Blackwood brass tonight. Inner circle meet. Perfect. Strike heart. Natalie scrolled files. Wait. Cross ref. 2008 Kabul. You extracted asset. Funded by Russo Shell Corp. Victor knew me pre-retirement. Hard my kills indirect. Ghost moniker his intel. Door rattled. Fists pounding. Police. Open up. Natalie grabbed rifles. Leak. Preston. Tracked USB signal. Amateur. Barricade couch. Windows smashed. SWAT breached. Flashbangs deafening. I returned fire suppressed. Natalie flank. 2 down non-lethal. Rest retreated. Radio traffic. Miller. Surrender. Victor's testimony deal. Victor flipped. Testifying against feds? Bigger game. We slipped fire escape. Rooftops. Natalie panted. Club. Tonight. Dusk fell. Gilded cage pulsed crowds. Disguise. Delivery uniform stolen. Back alley. Dumpster cover. VIP line scanned. Retinal lock. Hacked via Blake app. Inside velvet hell. Strobe lights. Bass skull rattling. VIP balcony. Victor center. Knee wrapped. Blackwood Commander Hunter. Buzz cut. Scars. Eyes dead. Preston beside. Laptop open. Over here. Ghost compromised Bogota cell. Now personal. Syndicate green lights. Total war. Hunter nodded. Drones. Kill teams. Wife priority. Natalie tense beside. My hand steadied hers. Victor spotted us. Eyes locked. Signal subtle. Thugs encircled. Alley fight erupted outside first. Distraction Blake's team. Inside, I vaulted rail. Hunter met me midair. Knife clash sparks. Brutal. Elbow knee ribs. He pressed. Strength monstrous. You're washed. Ghost. Hunter growled. Victor owns your kills. Parried. Countered throat punch. He staggered. Natalie covered VIP. Shots precise. Thug down. Preston bolted. Victor drew ankle pistol. Natalie disarmed clean. Boot stomp. Hunter recovered. Chokehold. Vision tunneled. Knee groin. Elbow jaw. Crack. He dropped. Victor cuffed again. Files encrypted. Blackwood brass incoming. USB snatched earlier. Preston's insurance. Laptop mirrored mine. Screen. Syndicate map. Victor Cog. Not king. Bigger fish. International. Natalie. Evan collateral for this. Victor spat. Pawns fall. Sirens closed. Blackwood hello thumped overhead. Rooftop exfil. Blake's chopper touched. Rope ladder. Victor dragged aboard. Interrogation live. Syndicate head. Laughter. You'll burn first. Natalie's phone buzzed. Unknown video. Natalie hooded. Bound warehouse. Blackwood logo stamped. Cliffhanger drop. The chopper blades thumped like a war drum as Blake banked hard over the industrial sprawl. Victor zip-tied in the cargo hold. His knee wound seeping through the field dressing. Natalie clutched the burner phone. The video looping silently. Her double? No, a deep fake. But the warehouse location rang true. Victor's secondary safe house. East Side Rail Yards. Blackwood's stamp confirmed they had leverage. Real or staged, we couldn't risk it. Drop us 2 clicks west. I ordered Blake over the headset. Rooftop insertion. Keep him talking. Victor's eyes gleamed with malice, but his mouth stayed shut. Fine. Pain loosens tongues. We fast roped onto a condemned factory roof. The city grid below pulsing with threat. Natalie checked her mags. 30 rounds. Glock 19. That's me in the video. How? Deep fake tech. Victor's play to split us. I pulled the laptop from the bag. Preston's USB files decrypting. But this nails him. Wire transfers to Blackwood. Judges like Oliver. Even Kyle's offshore account. Evans' truck manifests. Heroin from Medellin. Stamped Victor. She nodded. Steel in her jaw. Rescue first. Revenge second. Rail yard infill. Chainlink cut silent. Shadows between boxcars. Drone's word overhead. Thermal scan. We went prone under tarps. Breaths held. 2 Blackwood patrols swept past. NVG sweeping. Clear. Warehouse loomed. Floodlights harsh. For guards on doors. Roaming pairs inside perimeter. I signaled split stack. Natalie high ground on catwalk. Me ground level breach. K-bar sliced sentry throat. Body dragged to shadows. Second guard radioed check-in. Natalie's suppressed round dropped him mid-sentence. Door breach. Flex linear charge. Muffled crump. Smoke billowed. We flowed in low, pine corners. Interior. Crate stacked high. Armed text monitoring screens. One spun. Double tap. Screens flickered. Natalie's hostage. Feed looping. Empty chair. Decoy. Clear. Natalie called soft. But deeper hum. Generator room. We stacked. Kicked door. Inside real Natalie. No, empty. But server rack glowing, data streaming. Victor's contingency. I yanked drives, smashed with boot. Alarms wailed. Exfil turned hot. Mercs poured in, 6 stacking dynamic entry. Natalie laid suppress fire from catwalk, pins sparking. I flanked left, frag out. Bang, 2 down screaming. Rest pushed, disciplined. Reloading. Natalie yelled. Merc closed her. Hunter, Blackwood commander from the club, scarred face grinning. He grabbed her rifle barrel, yanking. She pivoted, knife flashing, grazed his arm. He backhanded, rifle but cracking ribs. She gasped, firing wild. I charged. Hunter spun, meeting me with elbow strike, solid but telegraphed. I ducked, K-bar thrusting low. Sliced hamstring. He roared, swinging. Parried with forearm, pain exploding. Counter, knee liver, uppercut jaw. He staggered. Natalie recovered, Glock barking, shoulder hit. Hunter dropped knife, hands up. Wait. Intel. Talk. Muzzle to temple. Victor funded your ops. 2010 Yemen, your HVD? His rival. Kept you alive for deniability. Twist hit like gut punch. My kills greased his empire. Proof. Server backups. Cloud key. Ghost. 47. Mid-story bomb. Victor created the Ghost legend indirectly. Natalie cuffed him. Warehouse was bait. Where's real play? Hunter spat blood. Syndicate summit. Victor's yacht rebuilt. Midnight. Brass from DC. We zip-tied, left him. Drove hard to safe house. Ribs taped for Natalie. Laptop pinged. Cloud access. Files flooded. My military dossier. Ops logs Victor manipulated. 2008 Kabul extract. His shell corp paid the bill. He knew my retirement. Tracked Evan. Natalie scrolled. Face ashen. My job, accounting firm. Laundered for them. Unwitting. Betrayal layered. We end it tonight. Prep montage. Vest donned. M4 carbine assembled. Sniper Overwatch scoped. Blake choppered us to yacht rebuild site. Floating dry dock. Guarded heavy. 20 mercs. Drones. Speedboats patrolling. Water infill again. Kayaks silent paddle. Hook ladder to hull. Breach through prop shaft. Tight crawl. Grease black. Emerged engine room. Stairs up to salon. Summit in session. Victor Center. Preston typing furiously. Judge Oliver nodding. Syndicate brass. Shadowy suits. Blackwood reps. Overheard. Ghost loose end. Miller family scrubbed. Doc's pipeline doubles post cleanup. Oliver. Ruling tomorrow. Case dismissed. Victor. Evan? Necessary. Kid saw manifests. Rage boiled. Natalie squeezed shoulder. Hold. Stack breach. Flashbang out. Door blown. Smoke chaos. I dropped 2 brass. Natalie flanked Oliver. Cuffed. Preston bolted. Kneecapped. Victor drew. Natalie disarmed. Ghost. Victor sneered. My best investment. Dividends end. Pinned him. Twist detonated. Oliver confessed. Feds flipped me. Victor's test. Leak files. Draw you out. Double game. Feds using Victor as bait for me. Ghost files classified. My existence myth to most. Blake radio. Hello's inbound. Feds. Gunfire erupted deckside. Blackwood versus unknowns. We drag Victor. Files grabbed. Natalie. Trust Blake. Only play. Rooftop hello touch. Airborne as tracers zipped past. Victor laughed. Syndicate immortal. You delay. Phone buzzed. Unknown video. Evan's death. Alternate angle. Not Dominic Soul Shooter. Shadow figure. Kyle pulling trigger. Enhanced footage. Natalie froze. He knew. Always. Grief fresh. Chopper to secondary safe. Abandoned mill. Victor interrogated. Torch on safe codes. Pain escalating. Headman. Boot to ribs. Tristan. Gasped. DC lobbyist. Funds all. Intel gold. But Natalie's phone lit. Real kidnap video. Her. Hooded. Blackwood van. Timestamp now. Hunter escaped. Play reversed. Go. I uncuffed Victor. Bait. Left rigged C4 mil. Raced van GPS. Blake hacked. Warehouse trap redux, but live. Breached hot. Natalie bound chair. Hunter monologuing. Welcome, ghost. Glock leveled. Last mistake. Hunter lunged. Final clash. Rib-cracking punches exchanged. Natalie freed. Shot thug. Hunter downed. Interrogated. Tristan summit tomorrow. Victor sold you out. Natalie's rage unleashed. Boot to throat. Evan. Hunter choked truth. Kyle's order. Victor watched. We left him broken. Dawn broke as we plotted final. DC no. Tristan's local penthouse. Summit there. Natalie, together. Adrenaline still burned in my veins as we ditched the warehouse van in an abandoned rail yard. The acrid smell of Hunter's blood and cordite clinging to our clothes. Natalie's hands shook slightly as she reloaded her Glock, but her eyes were steady fire. The penthouse summit intel from Hunter was our lifeline. Tristan's tower downtown, top floor, midnight tomorrow. Victor's empire wasn't just crumbling. It was unraveling into something bigger, a syndicate web that spanned cities and borders. But first, we needed to hit Victor's known safe house hard, extract any remaining Blackwood manifests, and turn the tide before they regrouped. Mill first, I said, checking the detonator remote for the C for weed rigged. Victor's Lieutenant Mason holds keys to Tristan's security. We take him alive. Natalie nodded, wiping sweat from her brow. No mercy for these bastards. Evan's face haunts me every second. We moved out in a stolen panel van. Unmarked, plates swapped, cutting through back roads to the industrial fringe where Victor's safe house squatted like a concrete bunker. Chain link topped with razor wire, floodlights sweeping, 8 guards on rotating patrols with German shepherds straining leashes. Blackwood pros, plate carriers, comms earpieces, M4S at low ready. No amateurs tonight. Perimeter breach. I climbed the fence silent with bolt cutters, Natalie covering with suppressed rifle from 200 yards. Dog team approached. Meat laced with tranq dropped from shadows. Handlers followed. Natalie's double tap dropped one. My K-bar silenced the second before alarm. Bodies dragged to drainage ditch. Main door, electronic keypad. Hacked via Blake's app on burner. Preston's USB had codes. 4792, green light. We stacked, flashbang prepped. Breach, door blown inward, stun grenade rolling. Chaos erupted, mercs blinded, screaming. I cleared left room. 3 tangos down center mass. Natalie right flank. Kitchen secured. Laptop on table blinking data sync. Deeper, vault room. Mason hunched over monitors, barking into radio. Hunter down? Send drones. I kicked door, Glock leveled. Hands up, Mason. Slow. He spun, hands raised, eyes darting to desk drawer. Natalie covered. Don't. Ghost, he sneered. Victor's yacht scrap. Kyle ventilated. Your virus. Tristan summit details. Muzzle to temple. Guards, codes, escape routes. Mason laughed wet. Syndicate laughs at you. Evan. Test run. Your kills padded our ledgers. Natalie pistol whipped him, crack echoing. Blood sprayed console. Talk. He wheezed codes. Penthouse retinal scan bypassed via service elevator. Rooftop helipad for Tristan's exfil. 20 brass inside with Blackwood fire teams. You're dead walking. Zip tied. We extracted drives. Manifest linking Victor to Tristan's DC lobby. Blackwood arms deals. Evan's truck rerouted heroin. Goldmine for feds later. Exfil clean. Van peeled out as reinforcements sirens wailed distant. Back at Loft Safe House, we poured files under Redland's flashlight. Natalie traced wire transfers. My firm laundered millions. Unwitting, but, God, past. I cleaned weapons methodically. Tomorrow, midnight raid ends it. Prep consumed hours. M4 assembled with ACOG optic, spare frags, breaching kits. Natalie taped ribs from Hunter fight, practiced room-clear drills in empty rooms. Blake choppered ammo drop, claymores, and VG spares. Dusk fell. We geared. Black multicam. Vests loaded 20 mags each. K-bar thigh rigged. Van to penthouse garage. Valet uniforms over tack gear. Service elevator hack. Mason's code worked. Doors dinged floor 42. Hallway sterile. Marble, silent. 2 guards by double doors. Throats slit sequential. Bodies propped sitting. Inside chatter filtered. Victor's rasp recognizable. We peeled tack gear partial. Suits donned. Knocked. Door cracked. Julian's face, bandaged shoulder from yacht. Froze. Natalie's hidden blade plunged silent. Drag body. Penthouse salon. Panoramic city glow. 20 suits circled table. Tristan center. Silver-haired lobbyist. Flanked Hunter. Escaped somehow. Bandaged hamstring. Victor crutches. Judge Oliver sweating. Preston typing ledgers. Blackwood fire teams posted corners. Victor mid-sentence. Ghost delayed us. Double shipments. Flash bang through vent slit. Bang. Smoke billowed. We flowed in low. I dropped 2 fire team leads. Natalie flanked table. Oliver cuffed desk leg. Panic. Suits dove. Pistols drawn clumsy. Hunter charged me. Hulking shadow. Round 2 ghost. Clash brutal. He swung him 4 stock. Blocked forearm. Pain lancing. Counter knee groin. Elbow nose. Crunch. He roared. Knife out. Parried K-bar clash sparks flying. Natalie covered. Clear left. Tristan bolted balcony doors. Natalie leg shot down. Preston begged. File's yours. Immunity. Victor fired wild. Grazed my vest. Returned fire. Shoulder hit. He dropped crutches. Hunter pressed. Chokehold attempt. Vision spotted. Headbutt bridge nose. Spun knife thrust. Hamstring again. Down screaming. Room secured. 14 zip tied. 6 down permanent. Drives yanked. Burner phones pocketed. Natalie interrogated Tristan. Muzzle forehead. Syndicate structure. Names. He smirked bloodied. Ends with you dead. Voltage prod from Kit. Zapped. Convulsed. East Coast hub. Felix runs. More spilled. Ports, politicians, my ghost ops retroactively tied via Victor's intel buys. Victor laughed from floor. Knew you in Kabul, Miller. Funded your legend. Evan collateral for loyalty test. Natalie's boot cracked ribs. Monster. Exfil plan, service elevator. But alarms blared, reinforcements. Rooftop hello pad. Blake inbound 5 mics. Elevator ride tense. Tristan mumbling codes. Doors open garage. Blackwood kill team waiting. 10 strong stacking breach. Ambush. Frags out. Boom boom. For down shredded. Rest pushed suppressed fire stitching walls. Natalie dragged Tristan cover. I flanked pillar. Controlled pairs dropping 3. Last 2 flanked Natalie. Knife 1. Her Glock barked second. Clear. Rooftop sprint. Wind howled. City abyss below. Blake's hello thumped close. Rope ladder dropped. Victor last aboard, taunting. Syndicate rebirths. Ghosts fade. Midair, Natalie checked phones seized. Video file. Evans murder raw footage. Not just Dominic, Kyle. Third shooter, Hunter. Testing ghost reflexes. Hunter's audio confirmed. Twist layered. Hunter alive. Radioed from penthouse. Bait taken. Execute phase 2. Hello shuttered. Sam missile lock warning. Tracer streams zipped past. Blackwood rooftop team. Blake evaded hard. Rotors straining. Rogue drone swarm. Punch out. Emergency land forced. Rooftop hospital 2 miles off. Crashed gear screaming metal. Crash survivors. Me. Natalie. Blake injured leg. Tristan zip-tied unconscious. Victor cuffed seething. Fire teams inbound. Hospital lockdown. We barricaded ER wing. Beds overturned. For Stan Spears. Natalie stitched Blake's wound. Felix next. Ports. His hub. Drive secured. Victor whispered. Natalie's firm. She signed manifests. Complicit. She froze. Lies. Files confirmed sliver. Her initials electronic SIG unwitting duped. Betrayal internal now. Focus. Blackwood breached lobby. Flashbangs popping floors below. Stairs stacked. We held choke. M4 barking. Natalie precise headshots. 8 down gauntlet. Hello extract crashed earlier. Backup, then hotwired garage. Loaded wounded. Sped into night. Secondary safe house. Doc's warehouse. Blake radio feds anonymous tip. Files uploaded cloud. Natalie confronted files. I signed blind. Evan paid. Forgiven. Hugged tight. But seed doubt planted. Victor stirred. Tristan wakes soon. Summit relocated Felixport. Interrogation resumed. Waterboard light. Felix details. Container yard kingpin. Blackwood supplier. Dawn plotted. Port raid pre-dawn. But Natalie's phone buzzed. Unknown. Photo. Our house burning. Blackwood message. They knew safe houses. Leak inside. Blake? Natalie. Trust no one. Victor grinned. Chaos perfect. Smoke still curled from the ruins of our old house on the burner phone screen. A gut punch that hit harder than any Blackwood round. Natalie stared at the flames licking the frame we'd called home for 15 years. Evan's room now ash. They knew exactly where. She whispered, voice cracking but fists clenched. Victor chuckled from his zip-tied spot in the warehouse corner, crutches long gone, his suit shredded and bloodied. Every ghost leaves tracks. Miller. Shut it. I snapped, slamming his head against the concrete post. He grunted, but kept that shark grin. Blake hobbled over from his cot, leg bandaged tight, decoding the seized phones. Feds got the files, anonymous drop confirmed. But Blackwood's chatter spiking. Felix's port goes live at 0600. Full syndicate unload. Arms, product, brass flying in. Natalie reloaded her M4 with mechanical precision. Then we hit first. No more running. Prep was war. Claymores wired doorway, sniper nests on catwalks, demo packs for containers. I cross-loaded mags, tracers mixed for signal. Victor watched, eyes calculating. Felix eats ghosts. You'll beg for my deal. I ignored him, turning to Natalie. You lead Overwatch. 500 yards, elevated crane. I infill solo. She grabbed my vest. Together or nothing. Discipline wins this. But her fire mirrored mine. Evan's mother reborn in fury. Wheels up pre-dawn. Stolen delivery truck blended into port fog. Foghorns moaning like banshees. Container yard sprawled endless. Crane skeletal against slate sky. Stacks rising like urban canyons. Blackwood fire teams patrolled tops. Drones lazy orbits. Felix's hub, Yard 17, guarded heavy, manifests pinpointed heroin and Stinger missiles. Infill low crawl through mud, NVG's greenwash. First sentry, trank dart from Natalie's rifle perch. Second, garrote wire from shadows, body slumped silent. Stacked on target container, Blackwood imports. Padlock snipped, interior pitch. Wooden crates stamped Syria, plastic-wrapped bricks, missile tubes racked neat. Laptop inside hummed, Felix's ledger. Downloaded fast, but motion pinged. Drones tightened circles. Ghost in the yard, radio chatter crackled stolen earpiece. Natalie, 2 teams vectoring. Bug out. Negative. Intel priority. Deeper. Hidden compartment. Ghost dossier redux. MyOps photos. Kabul 2008, Yemen 2010, Bogota cell wipe. Victor's handwritten notes. Asset, Miller. Leverage family post-retire. He tracked retirement, Evan's birth, Natalie's firm. Stalker level. Door rattled, breach stack forming. I rigged thermite on missiles, remote fuse 30 seconds. Slipped out hatch, melted into stacks. Gunfire stitched containers. MP5 suppressed chatter. Blackwood lead barked. Fan out. Thermal. Natalie's .308 cracked from crane. Headshot drop. Chaos spread. I flanked patrol alpha. K-bar double kills. Throat. Kidneys. Bodies down soundless. But Felix emerged from command trailer. Buzz-cut giant. Tattoos port and starboard. Flanked by Hunter, persistent bastard, and 4 elites. Hunter spotted silhouette. There. Crane perched too. Natalie's position burned. Her M4 barked back, but drones pinned. I sprinted cover to cover, frag out. Boom! Shrapnel shredded too. Felix roared. Benelli shotgun booming slugs that pulverized steel inches away. Radio. Logan, exfil hot. Cover me. Closed on trailer. Hunter intercepted. Mountain versus Ghost. He swung rifle like club. Blocked. Counter elbow solar plexus. Air whooshed out. Knife dance. His blade nicked bicep. Mine grazed thigh. Brutal ground fight rolling mud. Punches thunderous. Victor sends regards, he gasped. Boot to ribs separated. Stood over. Glock to forehead. Felix codes. Hunter spat. Penthouse was faint. Real summit. Judge's chambers. 0800. Twist. Judge Oliver's courthouse. Not port. Misdirect. Natalie. Drones inbound. Go. Felix, charged shotgun ready. Natalie downed wingman. I double-tapped Felix center mass. Trailer breached. More files. Burner with Tristan link. Exfil sprint. Truck engine roared pickup. Tracer fire chased. Tires shredded but rolling. Back warehouse. Victor paced loose chain. Felix down? Syndicate cuts losses. Cuts you. Files confirmed. Oliver's chambers summit. Feds closing net 2. My anonymous drop. Flagged Ghost Ops declassified. You're burned, Miller. Natalie slammed fist. We hit courthouse. Riskiest yet. Urban CQB. Civilian risk zero tolerance. Dawn plotted. Disguises. Service tunnels. Blake scouted. Metal detectors. Bailiff teams. Oliver's panic room. Natalie uncovered ledger note. Natalie Miller. Firm SIGs. Leverage post Evan. They planned son before murder. Insurance. Gut twisted. Victor nodded. Pawns positioned decades. Rage pure. Geared light. Glocks concealed. Knives only knives for silent. Courthouse downtown. 0745 infill. Service entrance hack. Janitor override. Stairwells cleared. 2 bailiffs garrote. No alarms. Oliver's chambers floor 4. Voices muffled. Stacked door. Keycard from bailiff. Inside. Oliver sweating at desk. Tristan pacing. Preston ledger out. For syndicate reps. Blackwood remnants including Hunter bandaged. Oliver. Ruling 0900. Cases dismissed. Feds bought Miller files. But Ghost Ops bury them. Tristan. Burn it all. New city. Breach silent. Door cracked. Flash hidden. Natalie knife first bailiff inside. I took second. Suit spun. Chaos muffled. Tristan drew. Disarmed wrist snap. Preston begged familiar. Oliver fumbled safe. Cuffed to chair. Hunter lunged Natalie. Knife fight vicious. Her parrying forearm gashed. I intervened. Choke from behind. Snapped neck clean. Done. Interrogated Tristan. Voltage on neck. Full structure? Gasped. East Coast Felix replacement. Writer. DC hub intact. Oliver cracked. Bribes list. Senators. Feds. Yours if immunity. Natalie downloaded safe drive. Evans justice first. Victor radio buzzed captive earpiece. Hacked. Courthouse compromised. Blackwood QRF 2 mics. Evac hot. Dragged Oliver hostage. Files clutched. Stairwell shootout. Bailiffs breached. Frags minimal damage. Natalie headshots precise. Lobby sprint. Civilians dove. No collaterals. Garage exfil. SWAT vans incoming sirens. Stolen cruiser peeled out. Weaving traffic. Rear view Blackwood technicals. Machine guns chatter. Natalie drove evasive. I covered rear. Rider next. Docks rebuild. But Oliver backseat whimpered. Victor played all. Feds his. Sting on syndicate. Triple twist. Victor federal asset? Files contradicted. Burn after reading order on Ghost. Warehouse return. Blake gone. Blood trail. Victor escaped. Chains cut. Inside job. Natalie hissed. Phone rang. Victor. Ghost reunion. Peer club. Dusk. Bring files. Or Natalie's firm burns. With her. Bait. But play. Gears shifted. Full assault kit. Demo. Sniper suppressors. Dusk pier. Gilded cage rebuilt partial. guards doubled. Natalie Overwatch roof adjacent. I solo entry, valet disguise again. VIP lounge. Victor Center, Blackwood brass. Ryder new face, lean killer eyes. Files ghost. Toss drive dummy. Chaos planned. Natalie flashbangs from vent. Breach flowed. Dropped 4. Natalie cleared flank. Ryder fast. Grappling expert. Joint locks vicious. Escaped hold. K-bar slash artery. Victor final stand. Pistol duel across bar. His round creased thigh. My knee again. Down. Endgame. I growled, cuffing. Syndicate. He laughed blood. You are Syndicate. Cobble op? My design. Ghost built for us. Natalie entered. Lies. Files final download. Truth. Victor CIA cutout. Ghost ops black budget via shells. Evan hits sanctioned. Test ghost loyalty post-retire. Betrayal cosmic. Why son? Prove unbreakable. Victor spat. Failed. Natalie executed. Single shot forehead. No trial. Feds swarmed outside. Our drop worked. But we ghosted tunnels before net closed. New safe house suburbs. Files to clean Fed via Blake. Alive, undercover. Natalie free? New hunt. Ryder remains. Phone buzzed. Ryder video. Natalie's firm in flames. She's next. Cliffhanger raw. Rain hammered the suburb's safe house roof like machine gun fire, turning the gravel parking lot into a black mirror reflecting our ghosts. Natalie's firm had just gone up in flames. Ryder's video looped on the burner. Her office engulfed, colleagues fleeing, her desk photo curling black. They timed it perfect, she said, voice hollow but fists white-knuckled on her Glock. Knew we'd hit Victor. Bait for this. I paced the dim concrete room, M4 slung low, mind replaying Victor's dying smirk. CIA cutout. My ghost ops his black budget machine. Evan's murder a loyalty test. Layers peeled back revealed rot deeper than imagined. Ryder wasn't lieutenant. He was successor, Syndicate's blade post-Victor. Lean killer from files. Ex-Blackwood. Eyes like voids. Ports rebuild his throne. Blake radioed from shadows, legs still gimpy. Feds chasing ghosts. Your drop buried Victor clean. But Ryder's chatter hot. Old Mill midnight. Final manifests. Brass inbound from DC trap obvious. Natalie taped fresh mags. We spring it. Prep surgical. Demo bricks C4 with remotes. NVG spares synced. Natalie sniper rifle zeroed, 800 yards. Dressed operator black. Multicam. Helmets comms. Stolen SWAT van blended highway patrol. Siren spoofed. Mill loomed riverside. Rusting silos. Conveyor skeletons. Floodlights sweeping fog. 20 Blackwood on perimeter. Drones tight grid. Ryder's command trailer lit like op center. Infill split. Natalie crane perch 600 yards. Thermal scope. Me ground rat run through sewers. Manhole silent pop. Stench eye-watering. Emerged boiler room. Steam hissing cover. Cleared 2 techs knife quiet. Throat slit. Dragged pipes. Stacked vault door. Mason's code 4792 green. Inside. Ryder at Holidable. For brass suits. Preston. Persistent rat. Typing. Hunter bandage directing screens. Ryder mid-brief. Ghost file sanitized. Miller family priority 1. Wife's firm message received. Hunter grunted. Natalie overwatch likely. Drones locked. Preston. Manifests air gapped. Feds blind. My blood thunder. Natalie radio whisper. Your 6 clear. For teams vectoring. Breach clockwork. Shape charge whispered crump. Door peeled. Flashbangs rolled. Bang bang. Smoke vortex. I flowed low. Double tap brass 1-2. Natalie's .308 cracked exterior guards through walls. Hunter spun M4. Suppressed burst grazed vest. Rolled shoulder. Returned fire knee drop. He bucked, screaming hamstring redux. Ryder fast draw sig. Pro. Bullet hole punched bicep. Pain fire. Parried his knife rush K-bar clash. Sparks steel on steel. Ground tumble. His elbow cracked ribs. Mine gouged eye. Rolled apart gasping. Ghost legend overrated, he hissed. Natalie breached side door, rifle sweeping. Clear. Preston bolted vault rear, leg shot, down crawling. Brass suits cuffed sequential. Drives yanked. Manifests gold. Riders DC hub. Senators named. Evans hit order signed RV. Rider Victor. Twist detonated. Preston gasped, blood bubbling. Natalie knew. Firm SIGs real. Laundered conscious. Evans cut her 10% silent partner. Natalie froze, rifle dipping. Lies. Files confirmed sliver. Electronic trail. Her login post-Evan delivery. Betrayal personal. Her eyes met mine. Shock. Then steel. He manipulates. Ryder laughed floorbound. Proof in cloud. Ghost's wife syndicate cog. Rage blinded split second. Natalie raised pistol, hesitated. I grabbed arm. Intel first. Exfil ignited. Blackwood QRF breached lobby. Frags exchanged. Boom boom shrapnel ricochet deafening. Natalie dragged Preston hostage. I flanked rear. Claymore ambush shredded 6. Rooftop sprint. Blake hello thumped inbound. Ladder drop. Airborne evasive. Rotors straining Sam warnings. Ryder zip-tied cargo. Taunting. Oliver flipped full. Feds raid dawn. Your files boomerang. Dropped secondary bunker. Ex-military silo. Blast doors sealed. Blake stitched wounds. Natalie confronted Preston voltage prod zapping. Truth. He broke sobbing. Victor forced. But Natalie greenlit manifests pre-Evan. Leverage hold. Her face crumpled. I signed blind. Protect you post-Kabul op leak. Half-truth gutted. Victor blackmailed via my ghost past. Her complicity coerced. We both pawns. Files decrypted full. Ryder summit video. Natalie's confession deep fake, but real audio snippets her firm calls post-murder. Enough doubt. Phone buzzed captive line. Unknown broadcast. Screen lit. Natalie real. Hooded warehouse. Ryder's mercs circling. Timestamp live. Ghost trades files, or wife carves. Cliffhanger vice. Blake, bait. Ryder escaped zip tie, inside leak. Natalie stood. I go. End this. Negative. Geared assault. Full kit, demo vests. Warehouse GPS, 20 mics out. Van hotwired, sped blacktop. Warehouse trap redux. Floodlights harsh. 30 Blackwood stacked breaches. Natalie Overwatch water tower, spotter. Me solo breach. Sewer grate pop. Rat run tunnels dripping. Emerged server room. Screens looping her hostage. Decoy chair ropes loose. Real ping. Sublevel cryo vault. Descended stairs silent. Cleared for tech suppressed. Vault door ajar. Natalie inside. Unbound. Pistol on Ryder downed. Handled. Twist reversed. She struck first. Merc stunned her capture. She turned. Pro. Ryder grown cuffed. Syndicate unbreakable. Interrogated torch flame near face. DC hub. Brass list. Spilled. Tristan successor. Lobby fortress. Final manifests airdrop tomorrow. Evans murder Ryder's call. Test her loyalty via firm. Natalie pistol whipped. Monster. Exfil clean till lobby. Blackwood ambush. Machine gun stitching. Natalie sniper symphony drop date. I frag choke points. Van peel out. Tires screaming. Bunker return. Blake uploaded manifests feds anonymous. Ryder chain wall. Natalie confessed full. Signed once. Victor threat. Hated every cent. Forgave embrace. Family first. But Ryder whispered. Photo proof. Natalie's desk. Evan's bloodied wallet. She sold location. Video surfaced seized phone. Her hand passing wallet post-murder. Forged. Real doubt festered. Dawn plotted DC no. Ryder's local fortress penthouse rebuild. Assault planned. Drone swarm hack. Rooftop halo. Natalie geared beside. Together. Phone final buzz. Ryder broadcast. Natalie hooded again. Van speeding. Blackwood stamp. Hunter escaped redux. Trap eternal. Rain hammered the suburb's safe house roof like machine gun fire. turning the gravel parking lot into a black mirror reflecting our ghosts. Natalie's firm had just gone up in flames. Ryder's video looped on the burner. Her office engulfed, colleagues fleeing, her desk photo curling black. They timed it perfect, she said, voice hollow but fists white-knuckled on her Glock. Knew we'd hit Victor. Bait for this. I paced the dim concrete room, M4 slung low, mind replaying Victor's dying smirk. CIA cutout. My ghost ops his black budget machine. Evan's murder a loyalty test. Layers peeled back revealed rot deeper than imagined. Ryder wasn't lieutenant. He was successor, Syndicate's blade post-Victor. Lean killer from Files. Ex-Blackwood. Eyes like voids. Ports rebuild his throne. Blake radioed from shadows, legs still gimpy. Feds chasing ghosts. Your drop buried Victor clean. But Ryder's chatter hot. Old Mill midnight. Final manifests. Brass inbound from DC trap obvious. Natalie taped fresh mags. We spring it. Prep surgical. Demo bricks C4 with remotes. NVG spares synced. Natalie sniper rifle zeroed, 800 yards. Dressed operator black. Multicam. Helmets comms. Stolen SWAT van blended highway patrol. Sirens spoofed. Mill loomed riverside. Rusting silos. Conveyor skeletons. Floodlights sweeping fog. 20 Blackwood on perimeter. Drones tight grid. Ryder's command trailer lit like op center. Infill split. Natalie crane perch 600 yards. Thermal scope. Me ground rat run through sewers. Manhole silent pop. Stench eye-watering. Emerged boiler room. Steam hissing cover. Cleared 2 techs knife quiet. Throat slit. Dragged pipes. Stacked vault door. Mason's code 4792 green. Inside. Ryder at Holidable. For brass suits. Preston. Persistent rat. Typing. Hunter bandage directing screens. Ryder mid-brief. Ghost file sanitized. Miller family priority 1. Wife's firm message received. Hunter grunted. Natalie overwatch likely. Drones locked. Preston. Manifests air gapped. Feds blind. My blood thunder. Natalie radio whisper. Your 6 clear. For teams vectoring. Breach clockwork. Shape charge whispered crump. Door peeled. Flashbangs rolled. Bang bang. Smoke vortex. I flowed low. Double tap brass 1-2. Natalie's .308 cracked exterior guards through walls. Hunter spun M4. Suppressed burst grazed vest. Rolled shoulder. Returned fire knee drop. He bucked, screaming hamstring redux. Ryder fast draw sig. Pro. Bullet hole punched bicep. Pain fire. Parried his knife rush K-bar clash. Sparks steel on steel. Ground tumble. His elbow cracked ribs. Mine gouged eye. Rolled apart gasping. Ghost legend overrated, he hissed. Natalie breached side door, rifle sweeping. Clear. Preston bolted vault rear. Leg shot. Down crawling. Brass suits cuffed sequential. Drives yanked. Manifests gold. Ryder's DC hub. Senators named. Evans hit order signed RV. Ryder Victor. Twist detonated. Preston gasped. Blood bubbling. Natalie knew. Firm SIG's real. Laundered conscious. Evans cut her 10% silent partner. Natalie froze. Rifle dipping. Lies. Files confirmed sliver. Electronic trail. Her login post-Evan delivery. Betrayal personal. Her eyes met mine. Shock. Then steel. He manipulates. Ryder laughed floorbound. Proof in cloud. Ghost's wife syndicate cog. Rage blinded split second. Natalie raised pistol, hesitated. I grabbed arm. Intel first. Exfil ignited. Blackwood QRF breached lobby. Frags exchanged. Boom boom shrapnel ricochet deafening. Natalie dragged Preston hostage. I flanked rear. Claymore ambush shredded 6. Rooftop sprint. Blake hello thumped inbound. Ladder drop. Airborne evasive. Rotors straining Sam warnings. Ryder zip-tied cargo. Taunting. Oliver flipped full. Feds raid dawn. Your files boomerang. Dropped secondary bunker. Ex-military silo. Blast doors sealed. Blake stitched wounds. Natalie confronted Preston, voltage prod zapping. Truth. He broke sobbing. Victor forced, but Natalie greenlit manifests pre-Evan. Leverage hold. Her face crumpled. I signed blind. Protect you post-Kabul op leak. Half-truth gutted. Victor blackmailed via my ghost past. Her complicity coerced. We both pawns. Files decrypted full. Ryder Summit video. Natalie's confession deep fake, but real audio snippets her firm calls post-murder. Enough doubt. Phone buzzed, captive line, unknown broadcast. Screen lit. Natalie real, hooded warehouse, Ryder's mercs circling. Timestamp live. Ghost trades files, or wife carves. Cliffhanger vice. Blake, bait. Ryder escaped zip tie, inside leak. Natalie stood. I go. In this. Negative. Geared assault. Full kit, demo vests. Warehouse GPS, 20 mics out. Van hotwired, sped blacktop. Warehouse trap redux. Floodlights harsh. 30 Blackwood stacked breaches. Natalie Overwatch water tower, spotter. Me solo breach. Sewer grate pop. Rat run tunnels dripping. Emerged server room. Screens looping her hostage. Decoy chair ropes loose. Real ping. Sublevel cryo vault. Descended stairs silent. Cleared for tech suppressed. Vault door ajar. Natalie inside. Unbound. Pistol on Ryder downed. Handled. Twist reversed. She struck first. Merc stunned her. Capture. She turned. Pro. Ryder grown cuffed. Syndicate unbreakable. Interrogated torch flame near face. DC hub. Brass list. Spilled. Tristan successor. Lobby fortress. Final manifests airdrop tomorrow. Evans murder Ryder's call. Test her loyalty via firm. Natalie pistol whipped. Monster. Exfil clean till lobby. Blackwood ambush. Machine gun stitching. Natalie sniper symphony drop date. I frag choke points. Van peel out. Tires screaming. Bunker return. Blake uploaded manifests. Feds anonymous. Ryder chain wall. Natalie confessed full. Signed once. Victor threat. Hated every cent. Forgave embrace. Family first. But Ryder whispered. Photo proof. Natalie's desk. Evan's bloodied wallet. She sold location. Video surfaced. Seized phone. Her hand passing wallet post-murder. Forged. Real doubt festered. Dawn plotted DC. No. Ryder's local fortress penthouse rebuild. Assault planned. Drone swarm hack. Rooftop halo. Natalie geared beside. Together. Phone final buzz. Ryder broadcast. Natalie hooded again. Van speeding. Blackwood stamp. Hunter escaped redux. Trap eternal. The warehouse lights buzzed like angry hornets overhead, casting jagged shadows across the concrete floor where Natalie sat bound to a rusted support beam. Hood yanked back to reveal her bruised but unbroken face. Ryder stood over her, serrated knife glinting as he traced it along her jawline. His void eyes locked on the security feed, where I watched from the tree-lean, 300 yards out. Hunter flanked him, bandaged but mobile, barking orders to the 20 Blackwood mercs stacking for exfil in their armored vans. This was it. The Syndicate's final play, their penthouse fortress reduced to rubble from our drone swarm the night before, now cornered here in this rotting husk of industry. No more layers, no more twists. Tonight, the machine died with its masters. I adjusted the M4's ACOG optic, breath steady in the scope's crosshairs. Natalie's eyes found the glint of my laser through the chain-link fence, our signal. She nodded once, subtle. Inside, she'd slipped a microblade from her boot during the fake capture, working the zip ties slow. Pro move. My thumb hovered over the detonator for the claymores lining their breach routes. Blake's voice crackled soft in my earpiece from Overwatch drone. Vans rolling in 60 seconds. Feds en route. Your final drop hit their servers. They're coming hard. Good. Let them clean the scraps. I sighted Ryder's skull. One shot to end the architect of Evan's murder, Victor's successor, the man who twisted my wife's coerced signatures into a wedge between us. But no. Public execution. They needed to see the ghost unmasked. Natalie jerked suddenly, her ties snapping free. Chaos erupted inside. She drove the microblade into a merc's thigh, grabbed his dropped MP5, and sprayed controlled bursts. For down in the flicker, Ryder spun, knife slashing air. She dodged, countering with rifle butt to his nose, crunching cartilage. Hunter fired wild. Natalie rolled, returned fire. His knee exploded, dropping him howling. Outside, vans idled. I thumbed detonator. Boom, boom, boom. Claymores ripped through the lead vehicles, shrapnel shredding tires and flesh. Survivors bailed, suppressed fire stitching the fence. I advanced low, pine corners. Double tap on the first two, roll to cover. Drone feed showed Natalie clearing the catwalk. 6 more down, Ryder retreating to the server room door. Blake, smoke the yard. White phosphorus rounds arced from his position, blanketing the lot in choking fog. Mercs coughed, blinded. I ghosted through, K-bar flashing on a flanker. Throat opened silent. Up the loading ramp, breached the side door Natalie cracked for me. Inside, Natalie pinned behind crates, Ryder monologuing from cover, Hunter dragging himself for a sidearm. Ghost, your wife's dirtier than Victor's ledgers. She chose the manifests. Evan's cut funded her escape plan. Lies die last. I growled, flashbang lobbed. Bang. Ryder flinched. I rushed, tackling him into the server wall. Fists flew. His knife gouged my shoulder, hot pain, but I trapped the wrist, snapped it with a wet pop. He screamed, headbutt me, stars burst. Natalie flanked, zip-tied Hunter mid-crawl. Ryder slumped against drives, blood pooling. Syndicate, eternal. You delay rebirth. Natalie pressed her Glock to his forehead. Evan's name. Say it. He spat. Collateral. Her trigger finger whitened. I grabbed her wrist gently. Feds first. Sirens wailed closing. Our anonymous files drop had unleashed the storm. SWAT breached outer doors, megaphone blaring. Federal agents. Weapons down. We dragged Ryder and Hunter to the center floor, hands cuffed overhead on exposed pipes. Server screens flickered final downloads. Every ledger, op-tie, ghost file, Natalie's coerced SIGs contextualized with Victor's threats. Proof cascaded to Fed servers live. Ryder laughed ragged. You both burn. CIA black bag incoming. Doors burst. FBI TAC teams stacked. Rifles trained. Lead agent, a grizzled woman named Kendra from Files, lowered her weapon fraction. Logan Miller. Stand down. Files received. Victor's network dismantled. Natalie stepped forward, voice steel. Evan Miller. His murder closes this. Kendra nodded curt. Ryder, Hunter, full confessions under duress logged. Your ghost to us, walk. No cuffs. No questions. The machine that built me swallowed its own poison. We exfiled through the smoke, melting into the tree lean as Feds swarmed. Blake's van waited half-mile out, engine idling. He grinned through pain. Clean. New IDs ready. Pacific Northwest. Natalie leaned head on my shoulder as we drove into the night, city lights fading rear view. Free. Reborn. Weeks blurred into a quiet rhythm on the Oregon coast, salt wind scrubbing blood from our souls. We settled in a weathered cabin overlooking crashing waves. No names, no pasts. Blake vanished stateside, final Fed contacts buried. Natalie's nightmares eased, Evan's laugh echoing in dreams now, not screams. My scars itched less. The ghost case stayed sealed, a myth for Black Ops legends. One dawn, fog blanketing the beach, we walked barefoot to a driftwood bench. Natalie carried a small box. Evan's ashes, reclaimed anonymous from the coroner pre-feds. No cemetery, no stone, just ocean vast. She knelt, scattering gray flakes on the tide. He loved the water. Remember summer trips? Splashing, building forts. I knelt beside, arm around her. Proud of him. Of you. Handed her my military coin. Engraved Ghost Unit, 20 years unseen. She placed it atop the sand, waves lapping close. A bald eagle wheeled overhead, piercing cry-cutting mist. Symbolic farewell. Natalie turned, eyes clear. What now? Live. Mechanic shop seaside. U Art Studio. Evan's college fund untouched, scholarship in his name. She smiled real, first since parking garage. Kissed forehead. Family redefined. But reflection hit as sun crested. Was revenge justice? Or just another layer of blood? Victor built me, twisted us, tested unbreakable. Evan died, proving we were breakable. Yet here, waves erasing footprints, we rebuilt. Sun-warmed faces. Cabin smoke curled distant. Peace earned brutal. What if the real ghost was grief itself? Haunting until faced, then laid to rest.